Hello, here we are on our next day of our online digital journey, and I think I'll call it that from now on. I'll probably come up with a different name tomorrow. So yesterday we explored the three-act storytelling process, what goes in each act, also what plot points are that occur during that process, and also the that moment of crisis where the protagonist has to perhaps resolve a final conflict or overcome a final obstacle before his or her goal is met. So we're going to continue on with that, but do it a little bit different. Today you'll create a 5-shot film that will be based on a 3-act structure. So what is a 5-shot film? Well, it's a film that is made up of 5 shots. Nothing deep, nothing too intense, nothing too grandiose, just a very simple story that you're going to film using 5 separate shots. This next slide does show you some examples of what your 5-shot film could look like. So this assignment is you're going to write out the description of the 5 shots. So you're going to have 5 different shots, which you'll provide a sentence or two telling me what's happening in those shots. You'll determine in which act the shot belongs. I'll explain that in a moment. You're going to film the 5 shots based on what you wrote. And you don't have to include music or sound effects. If you want to, that's fine. But we're still in the storytelling process of our journey, so we're not going to worry too much about camera angles, lighting, sound, all that kind of stuff. So this next slide does give you some examples of 5-shot films. Go ahead and watch those to get an idea. So here is the assignment. On a Google Doc, you're going to write out the shots as noted below. So here's what I have as a template for you. You're going to have 5 shots, your first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You're going to determine which shots belong in which act. So in this example, my first shot is setting up the story. So that's Act 1. Act 1 is the setup before we actually go into the journey. Shots 2, 3, and 4 are all part of Act 2. And that's the action of the film. Then finally, the 5th shot, which is the 3rd act, is the resolution. Now, perhaps your film, you need 2 different shots to set it up. So your first shot and second shot will be part of Act 1, the setup. Shots 3 and 4 will be the action, and then 5th shot will be the resolution, Act 3. Then you're going to describe in a sentence or two what happens in each shot. So first shot, which is Act 1, the setup, here is where you'll say what is happening. Act 2. Shot 2, which is now Act 2, you're going to tell me what's happening, and so on and so forth. So list the 5 shots, tell me which act those shots belong in. If there's confusion about that, please email me or message me, and I'll try to be a little more clear. But I think you get it. And finally, give me a description of what happens in each shot. So this will be on a Google Doc, and you're going to submit it in Unified Classroom. The next part of the assignment is actually filming this on your cell phone. Make sure you film using the horizontal orientation. There's even a picture there. Nothing will be sent back to you to be redone than filming anything vertically. Movies are not filmed vertically. TV shows are not filmed vertically. For some reason, we use our phones, and often we film things vertically. That is not what we're going to do here. So make sure you're using this orientation. Okay, so you're going to actually shoot each of these 5 shots that you've already described on your Google Doc. Try to keep editing to a minimum. Either you can edit the 5 shots together on your phone prior to submitting it, or just send me the 5 shots. It doesn't matter. What you're going to do is you're going to upload those shots to the Google Drive, and you're going to share that with me. So that will not be submitted in Unified Classroom. Okay, so here's what you're doing. You're submitting the Google Doc in UC, which is this up here, and you're sharing your shots with me through Google Drive. The reason I do that is Unified Classroom can only receive certain file sizes, and if your shots are pretty long, you may exceed that file size. You might not, in fact, you probably won't, but just to be safe, just upload all your shots to your Google Drive, and share those shots with me. Try to put them in a folder, share that folder with me. But one way or another, get those shots to me. I'm not concerned, how it's done, because there's many ways to do it. So whatever is going to be easiest for you. If any part of this assignment might give you headaches, it's going to be this part, and we'll work through that individually. So if you have questions, if you have problems uploading your shots, we'll figure out a way to do it, because that's part of the challenge of doing all of this online. Is we have to get through this video module, and you have to actually shoot and submit videos. Once you're doing it, editing it in Clipchamp or in iMovie, it's a little bit easier because you have the editing capability and you can export it as an MP4 and share that with me. So that's a lot easier. But for this one, just send me the 5 shots, either edited together on your phone or just 5 shots separate. However you get them to me is totally fine. So this is the only thing you have to do today. Shouldn't take too long. But again, any questions, please let me know. Also, sorry about yesterday's video that you didn't have permission to view it. I'm uploading it a different way this time, so hopefully there's no issues with you trying to watch this screencast video. That's it. Any questions, let me know. Thanks.